Hello, this is Joanne Hewins from lovetocreate.typepad.com. Today we are going to make one more card that is using the PDF Share Sunshine from Stampin' Up. It's our give back for giving back to take care of some of the problems or to help with the crisis of COVID-19 across the world. And this saying, sending love and paper hugs, is one of these sayings from that PDF. I'm also using the Subtles Designer Series paper. I think that's already sold out. And then the Timeless Tulips stamp set. And that stamp set will be in the next catalog, so you can still get that. Let's get started. I'm going to be using a card base. This is Pear Pizzazz, and it is 5.25 by 8.5. And I did score it at 4 1/4. And we folded that, used my bone folder to burnish the edges. And then I have a piece of Designer Series paper. This comes in the 6x6, and they will have new designs for the colors in the upcoming catalog. Since it's 6x6, I don't mind using it to cover up the whole front of the card. So I have cut this at 4 1/4 by 5.5, and I'm just going to use some glue to glue that on to the background. The glue allows me to kind of slide it into place and hopefully get it where I want it. All right. All right, I'm just going to look at that and make sure that it's covered everything completely. And that looks pretty good. I'm going to take my snips and just cut close to the cardstock here and get that little bit of an edge that's hanging over off. Okay, and that should be fine. We're ready to go. As I said, we are using the Timeless Tulips stamp set. This is bundled with the Tulip Builder Punch. It has the large tulip and the larger leaf on the punch, and we will be using those today. I have gone ahead and stamped, and I am using today Pear Pizzazz and Rococo Rose for the colors that I'm using. So I'm just going to pull out and show you, just in the interest of time, what I have. I did 2 of the large tulips, and these will just punch out. I'll go ahead and do that now. This is, like I said, in Rococo Rose. And I just realized this is probably going to be hard to center this because of not having the edges. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Lucked out on that. So we have our 2 large tulips that we're going to need for that. And then I did 3 of the middle size of the tulips. That's this one. And I've cut 2 of those out. I'll go ahead and cut out this one. There's a lot of fussy cutting in this card, and that's why I thought I would try to do a little bit of it ahead of time, because You don't really need to watch me cut a lot. And notice I am trying to move the paper around more than the scissors. It's a little bit easier to cut. And I do like to try to leave just a little bit of the white around there. Okay, so there's that one. And then I did 2 of the smaller tulip. That's this stamp. And we'll just cut that out real quick. And then for the stems, I actually used this one and this one in the Pear Pizzazz. And I've cut a couple of the straight ones out. I've got a couple that I just did a small piece in case I need that. And then I have these longer ones. I don't know that I'm going to need all of these stems. I'll go ahead and cut one of these curved ones out, or maybe I'll cut them both. And the stem is probably going to be covered up, the end of the stem, so I'm not really worried about that. And I'll trim probably most of those from the bottom, so we'll just leave that for now. And I'm going to go ahead and build this for you. I've got the one I've already done as a pattern. But what I do is I place things where I think I'm going to want them, and then I start building it little by little. The last thing is the leaf. I've got 5 of those, and I will punch these out. I'll have to take part of that out, which means I'm going to have a little problem with the 5th one up there. Getting it in, I'll show you what I mean when I get there. Do a very good job of punching that one. And then this one, I'm not going to have much to hold on with. So getting that in there is going to be a problem. Okay, I'm going to use my pick tool and see if I can get that in there. Okay. Well, I wasted some of your time with that, but you know, that's the way stamping goes sometimes. So let me pull out some of this trash out of our way, and we'll start building our card front. Okay, so I'm going to want this saying from the PDF to go in the center of my card. And what I want to do is build a lot of this that's going to go above that saying, because some of the stems are going to go underneath. So one of my flowers is going to go right in here. One will go right in here. And then I'm going to have a big one over here. Those are part of the top things. So what I'm going to do is go ahead. I have all of those just glued. So I'm going to go ahead and put those about where I think they need to go. I'm going to leave a little bit of space down here to push up my stem. Okay, so I've got those 3 flowers on there, and I'm going to give them stems. So this one, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on that, stick that up in there, and just bring it down. And I'm going to let it go off the card. And then I'll do the same for the other 2 flowers. Okay. And I didn't leave much room to push that up under, but actually it's going to be covered by the saying anyway. And then we'll put one under here. Oops. Okay, and I think we can go ahead and bring in some dimensionals and put on our saying. And I will have a link to the PDF on this video. Okay, I'm going to go ahead now and work around some of the other flowers. So we'll put one here. And I'm just going to cut off a little bit of this stem to put under there. Well, there we go with that. And then I'm going to put this next flower on dimensionals. And I'm going to put it going over the saying a little bit. And I'm just going to use a little bit of this as the stem for that. I'm going to go ahead and cut a little bit of those. I'll cut them all the way in a little bit. And then I'm going to glue this flower down. In there. So it really, I guess, looks like that stem is coming from that one, whichever. And then this other one I'm going to add with dimensionals. Over here. And it's going to need a stem. Let me just cut one of these. And that will go under here. All right, so that gets my flowers. I am going to go ahead and just open my card, turn this to the back, and I'm going to trim off these pieces. They have glue on them, and I just need to get them out of my way so I won't keep messing with them over and over and over again, I hope, as they stick to my fingers. Okay, so we'll come back in and put in our leaves. And so I'm going to put some of the leaves on dimensionals, and I'm finishing up still have some stems I'm getting off of here. I'm finishing up a pack of dimensionals, so I'm just going to add, that'll work. And I'm going to put this coming from under there. And then get another leaf. Okay. And this one we'll have coming up from there. And then we'll add another one with dimensionals. Down here. A little bit of glue on this one. And I think I'm going to change my spot for that. And maybe I'll even have that hanging off a little bit. Trim that up. And then we've got one more leaf. And this one will go over this way. So it's not exactly like what I had on this other one, but pretty close. I'm going to pick this up and turn it on the back and clip off that little bit of leaf there. And there we go. I'm going to pull in some of the heart epoxy droplets. I've already colored one of the hearts with the dark Rococo Rose. I'm going to add another layer of marker to that. And I'm going to let that dry just a couple of minutes, and we'll come back and put that on the front of our card. And actually, I think we might need a small one for that instead of the larger. So let me color a small one. Okay, for the inside of the card, I have done, color another, I'll just use a large one for that. I have done some stamping, so I'm going to pull in my Whisper White. This is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And we'll try to get our stamping done to go with this. So I'm going to start with my tulip. And again, this is Rococo Rose. And then we'll add our stem and our leaf using Pear Pizzazz. And I will add a leaf. There. This is so easy to just make a little something like that. Just looks so pretty. And it's because it's a special kind of stamp called a distinctive stamp. This saying is part of the download from the COVID-19 Share Sunshine. I can't wait to hug you when this is all over. I know you feel that way about some people. I do. So we'll glue that on our paper. And then all that's left is to add a little heart. We'll put this one up here. I'll pull in our other one and add a little heart in there. So there's the front. And here's the inside. So you can see it really isn't that hard to build up something like this around the saying. And it really is striking, I think, and very pretty. If you need any supplies, I would love for you to go to lovetocreate.typepad.com. If you're interested in the COVID-19 Share Sunshine printout or PDF, that is $12. And since it's a PDF, it comes to you by email, so there's no shipping, no waiting. Your entire $12 goes to the fight for COVID-19. There are 2 charities there. You can choose which one you want, or you can divide your money between the 2 of them and help Stampin' Up! Give back to help the world. So we would appreciate that. Once again, I'm Joanne Hewins from lovetocreate.typepad.com. Thank you. Bye-bye.